Welcome to another episode of Watch Once Over. My name is Big E. Today we're going to be looking at this beautiful ball sled driver. Now this is a limited edition GMT. Now this is the Ball Engineer AeroGMT Hydrocarbon sled driver. That's a mouthful. Now this is a beautiful 42 millimeter limited edition watch, and this watch can be purchased at azfinetime.com, and I'll put their information up right here. And it is available now. And this is in the beautiful blue and black Batman configuration GMT, meaning that this is blue and a black bezel. Some people nickname that colorway the Batman for our Bruce Wayne. Now, I want to zoom in close on this because this is a beautiful ball and it has a pebbled dial. I want to see if you can see that. And Brian Schmuel was the legendary pilot for the sled driver, and that is the SR-71 Blackbird. And you can see that down at 6 o'clock. And it is loomed. And what's cool about this watch is that the engines on the Blackbird plane are tritium tubes. So it has BGW9 and tritium on here. So this is two different kinds of loom on here. Let me show you real quick, because that is the highlight of it. Try to light the bird up a little bit. This watch is totally cool. Now, I'm going to show you that first. That is the BGW9. It's all in blue. But then when the lights go all the way out and the tritium takes over, the engines on the SR-71 are actually tritium. And as you can see, the tritium, as the camera adjusts, the tritium starts to come through. And as your eyes adjust, this tritium will be a lot brighter than it seems on camera. That's just the nature of tritium, but this watch does have bicolored loom and two different kinds of loom, tritium and BGW9. So now you have a sapphire capped bezel, which is nice, and all underneath the bezel is tritium. Then you have tritium tubes for the markers. Then you have the inboard numbering military scale is going to be for your GMT, and your blue GMT hand right now is right about 615, and that also has a tritium tip on there. Now you can see that it is signed Brian Schmuel, and it's a sled driver, and it is a chronometer GMT. So this is a certified chronometer, and it is running in chronometer specs, 28,800 vibrations movement in here, and I believe this is a ETA movement, and it is a standard home time GMT, not a travel GMT, meaning when you hack it, when you pull the crown out one, if you go one way, I'll show you, it changes the date, and you go the other way, it changes the GMT hand. So this isn't like a Rolex GMT. This is more of a home time type GMT, not a travel GMT. So you have to take that into consideration when purchasing a watch like this. Now this watch is all 316L steel, and you do get a titanium back on here. And I don't want to take the stickers off because I want to preserve it for the next owner. But I'll put a picture up what the case back looks like right next to it. So that's what the case back looks like. And this watch is anti-magnetic, 4,800 AMs, 7,500 Gs in shock resistance, and 100 meters of water resistance. And the bracelet tapers down, and it is affixed with screws, not pins and collars. And I noticed on here you have a different clasp. You have the same twin trigger deployant folding clasp, but you have a different style emblem, which lays a lot flatter than the old one. Really nice, high polished, beautiful heavy duty clasp. And the bracelet is polished center links, H style, and brushed on the outside. And again, I don't want to remove this because I want to preserve this watch for the next person. You get dual screws in the lugs. That is extremely secure and safe. And then you get a bi-rotational GMT bezel. So it goes both ways. And that's real nice. Sword style hands. And you get tritium tube in the hands. So all the hands have tritium, including the GMT hand. And you can see that at 6 o'clock, you can see that Blackbird, the engine, has tritium tubes for the engine, and that lights up, and that's real cool. You can see it says Swiss made automatic. White date wheel, black printing, beautiful, beautiful textured dial on this one. And it's a limited edition, and it's not going to last long. Like I said before, this is coming in at a price of I think $34.99. That's what it's coming. It's a certified chronometer. Limited edition to 1,990 pieces, 100 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal that is anti-reflective coating on the inside, and you have actually 44 gas tubes in this one, so it's quite a lot, and it's a really nice light show at night. Now the lug to lug on here is a bit big. It's 54 millimeters lug to lug, but it does come down. So if you have a wrist about 6.5 or larger, you can wear this with no problem. But anything less than that, you might want to think about it, because this is a bigger watch. Now this case is smaller than the bezel. The bezel does overhang, but that does give you inherently good grip. So that's a real nice feature on there. So you can grab this and move it around, and it's really tactile, and you don't have to worry about bumping this and moving. You actually have to grab this and move it to move it. So I'll put all the specs up for this right here. I'll let it scroll up as you check it out. And this watch is just stunning and beautiful. One of the nicest ball products out. Tell me what you think about this Sled driver, limited edition. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless and have a good one.